This is the Soccer Spirits character spotlight, featuring Duke, the incarnation of honor. Duke is one of the 10 Season 1 legends you can acquire. Many believe that Duke is the weakest, and sadly, I agree with that. But we're going to go over what are Duke's strong points and how to build him. The first thing you should know about Duke is that he's an attacker. What an attacker is it gives them these buffs. Increase counterattack resistance by 15% with a penetration, increase the attack power by 15% and crit rate by 10% with an attack, and decrease the inflicted damage by 20% when you have the ball. Duke also has piercing wind immunity, which in my opinion is the strongest weather effect in the game, but that's just me. The last thing we're going to look at before we go on to the next page is he is really strong on left mid. That's where he gets his strongest squad bonus. So essentially that's where you want to put him if you can. But putting him anywhere mid is fine because of the fact that he's an attacker. That's typically where you want to put your attackers. Now we're going to go over Duke's skins. He has the typical, E, EE, non-EE skins. He does not have any special skins currently though. Next we're going to go into Duke's abilities in his EE state. First is his active, which is Sacred Disaster. It increases your attack power by 40% for each target that you pin into. This increases by 10% every time you put a level into it. Next is look into Forgotten Power. This increases the critical rate and critical damage by 8% per skill, going all the way up to 40%. I think Forgotten Power is better than Infinite Area due to the fact that you can get a lot of crit damage and a lot of crit chance with the proper stones and with this ability. Next is Duke's only totem ability, called Loki's Trick 2. This increases the reflexes and critical by 6% within a position per level, going all the way up to 30%. His last skill is Infinite Area. This increases the pin power by 10% and decreases the inflicted damage by 10% with the penetration, going all the way up to 50%. The last thing we're going to look at before going to the next area is his ace skill. When you have Duke as your ace, you increase the attack power of light attribute players by 45%. Now let's go into stones. Granted, I don't have the best stones on him currently. I'm still going to go over what stones are really good on Duke. As you can see, Duke has 2 light slots, a dark slot, and the obvious prism slot. When it comes to unique stones, a lot of people like Fonta's Tissue Sample. I don't have it, so I run Paradise of Light. Paradise of Light is really good on Duke due to the fact that it gives him tanky stats and offensive stats, with max HP and attack power. This really helps Duke due to the fact that he's an attacker. The Light Dribble Stone I think is pretty standard for anyone that wants to do damage, and I really like it due to the fact that it actually heals you when you hit. This really helps Duke be slightly more tanky just because of the fact that he has some form of sustain. I know this video was really sloppy made, but I'm really bad at video editing and I hope that you guys understand that. But if you guys enjoyed it, give it a like, put some comments down, and who would you like to see next? Thanks for watching.